I feel like we've got like this wise old sensei that we've brought in January to get him to give these little pearls.
Harry Potter, boy. Harry Potter, boy.
Oh God!
This is the official Leeds United podcast.
All right, so I'm stuck with you three. How are you all?
Good. Surviving.
Yeah. What you been up to?
Not thriving.
Have you been training today?
Yeah, we just finished, haven't we?
Yeah, tough session. We got gym as well after this, so let's make it quick so we can go.
Yeah, right. Okay, mate. I'll do my best. I want to talk about the training in a minute. You know, the difference between preparing for a regular fixture and then Sunday. But before we get into that, how are you all feeling after Thursday night or Wednesday night, whatever it was? And my head's still spinning from it. I mean, how are you all feeling? That was pretty wild, the Norwich game.
Yeah, that was a big buzz on it. I think it just did help that we scored so early. Obviously, if it goes 0-0 for a while, and then you start to feel kind of nervous. The fans get a little bit nervous. You feel that on the pitch as well. But we scored early and then got the second, and then the fans were just settled. Yeah. Everyone was settled, and the fans just went mental from there. The atmosphere was great, but I think we just started so well. We were just on the front foot whole game, and it was 4-0, but it could have been more. But credit to the boys.
Yeah. And I mean, you talked about that. Then I've mentioned it with you guys before a few times about the fans at Ellen Road get nervous, they get edgy. Obviously, that early goal helps. Are you hoping that maybe at Ellen Road, at Wembley rather, because it's much more of a neutral ground, is going to be even split between the fans, that hopefully that nervous energy at the start won't bleed onto the pitch so much?
Yeah, I think, however you look at it, I think it's always going to be, nerves for everyone, what's riding on the game and, the occasion that it is, that I think that's going to be normal. But no, I think, of course the fans have been amazing all season, and I'm sure when we go to Wembley, you're going to hear them most of the game. So, I think, it's going to be a special occasion for all of us. But, we have a very good group here, and we have, a lot of leaders here as well. Even someone like Connor as well, who's very vocal in the dressing room and does
just in the dressing room,
and said all the right things. Yeah, so on the pitch as well, but I can't really hear him on the pitch. But
microphone on the bench, like.
Yeah, I think
megaphones, giving it to him.
Yeah. I think hopefully we can just stick to the game plan, start off coming out the traps, and we'll see what happens.
Was it a strange atmosphere at Ellen Road? Because obviously it was so emphatic and there was such an outpouring of emotion, and you've obviously had such an incredibly big win, and yet the job's not done. You've not actually achieved what you need to achieve yet. So was it kind of a weird thing where you want to celebrate, but you also know that you're only halfway there? Was it a strange kind of atmosphere after full time?
I think so, yeah. Obviously we had a few players who maybe, I wouldn't say over-celebrated, but were just relieved to obviously get the job done that night and get to the final. But speaking from experience of someone who knows what it's like to lose a playoff final, it is, in my brain anyway, it was there's one more step, and if these are the scenes, if this is how happy winning a semi-final makes everyone inside Ellen Road like it did, and us as players for achieving, getting to a final, then and hopefully we can do it on Sunday, then the celebrations, the feeling that it's going to give every fan on the planet and all us as players and staff is going to be unbelievable, and that's all we can do is go there, tap into everyone's experiences, whether they're starting, whether they're not, whether they're injured or whatever, and just use everyone's kind of knowledge and do our absolute best. And that's all the fans, that's all people who come and watch you, want to be proud of you for is giving absolutely everything. And all the boys will have their friends, family, mates, everyone who they care about is going to be in that stadium, willing them on to run that little bit more, give that little bit more, and hopefully, come the final whistle, we can be celebrating.
Did you three allow yourself a little celebration, or is it just like, no, Sunday, that's what it's all about. Forget 4-0 against Norwich, that's nothing. Sunday's the one.
To be fair, it's a good question. I did feel like when we got in from the dressing room, of course, like everyone was buzzing and happy that, we won, especially in front of the fans in the last home game. But I did feel that sense of presence. Like, yeah, people were happy, but we weren't satisfied. Like, because you like you said, only half the job is done. But now, of course, there's we got a massive game coming up, and yeah, I did feel around kind of the team there was that bit of not holding back, but just disciplined. Because we know like we've had a lot of highs and lows this season, so now we know like we done an important had an important role to play last Thursday, and we achieved that. But now it's all focused on Sunday.
Because it's horrible to say, but I think if we don't come out with the result that we want on Sunday, then a lot of this season, especially Thursday night, probably gets forgotten about, and no one really remembers it in years to come. Whereas if the result goes the other way, then obviously it's natural that nights like Thursday, nights like all the boys have had this season, and days where they've played well and won games and created brilliant moments will be remembered for years to come.
Obviously, we were so disappointed to not go up automatic, and it come down to kind of that last day. And then it's right, we've got to go again now. And we're so determined on getting to that final. I think obviously we were super happy because it's probably one of our best performances of the season. It wasn't just, it was 4-0 clean sheet. But on the front foot, we didn't let them out. We were at it all game. There's no time in the game where we really come off it. And there was maybe one chance they had in the first half when it got saved through. It might have been the second, where Elan's come and made a great save. But we just kept that the whole game, and obviously we got excited after. I think because of the atmosphere, everyone had the scarves. It was brilliant. But then we're like, it's a buzz getting to Wembley, because what an achievement it would be to a lot of us. It's our first time, actually going there. But to go and do it there, would be unbelievable. And as Connor said, friends and families, and to do it with the boys, who it's been a long season, and to do it with your friends and family as well would be amazing.
You look how crazy this kind of season's been with the whole league, and we've put ourselves kind of in in this position now. I think we can't really control what goes on around everything, all the noise, but all we can really focus on is ourselves, and that's kind of what we have done all year. And I think we have a culture here, and the boss has kind of created a culture that, all we do is, we worry about ourselves, and that's all you can really focus on and control. So everything else, of course, you're going to see other things that goes on around it, but, that's just part of it, and especially, the stage we're at, it's a playoff final. So, there's going to be a lot of things going on and said, but like I said, all we can do is worry about ourselves and control, what we're in control of in our environment, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, you have to, I think, as long as when the final whistle goes, whether it's elation or disappointment, I think you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be able to say that you gave absolutely everything, and you tried your absolute hardest to get the result that we want. If you can come off that pitch and your head's held high because you've done that, then I think life goes on. Obviously, we all want to achieve something absolutely amazing. Every fan, every player, every member of staff wants it, but life does go on, so that's all you can do is be honest with yourself and give your absolute all on Sunday, and if it's good enough, it's good enough, but it's football, and we all know sometimes it doesn't go your own way, so just have to try and enjoy the occasion on Sunday, and just run through brick walls and do everything you can, and like I say, if it's good enough, it's good enough.
I feel like we've got like this wise old sensei that we've brought in.
I should have got Harry Potter boy. I should have got Harry Potter boy. Harry Potter boy.
Oh God.
So, I mean, I don't want to obviously dwell too much on the last few weeks, but Dan, you just said there that this has probably been the performance of the season, the Norwich game, and I agree. It was just kind of, I mean, if it was almost a complete performance. I mean, you alluded yourself, if it had been, we'd have won about 10-0, but it was pretty special. What do you think went right, I guess, on Thursday, as opposed to what's been happening the last few weeks? Has there been a shift in mentality? Has the coach changed anything up? I guess what I'm asking is what, not so much what went wrong, but what's the difference that went right on Thursday and Sunday, actually, or Saturday, because I thought it was so important the way we controlled the game down at Norwich as well. I thought that was really crucial.
Yeah, I think it was always a different game down there. We're playing away from home, tough team who finished the season so strongly. It was a hot day, and obviously when you play a team twice in a week, obviously it's a little bit different. You don't get that in the season, and I think everything kind of come together in the second game. Everyone knew what they were doing. Everyone was on the same wavelength and knew, not just their roles, but everyone else on the team's roles, and we've obviously had a lot of time to go through that. And it's the same again this week. We've had there's a long time between this game and the final. So we've just got to. It's a team. We've played twice this season, and we've just got to be the same on it. We've got to know our roles and responsibilities.
I think we have to be more ruthless. I think on Thursday night, I know we had a lot of chances. We could have been even more ruthless, but in the games leading up to Thursday, I thought we maybe could have been a lot more ruthless, finished attacks a little bit quicker, and essentially put the ball in the net. It's the hardest thing in football, but obviously we managed to do that a lot better on Thursday than we have done leading up to that game. So I think that was obviously the key.
That kind of that drop in form, if you like, over the last few weeks. I mean, obviously it's a long old season. You boys had obviously had some pretty grim heartbreak yourselves with the national team. Is it just one of those unexplainable things that just happens? Or and I'm willing to put it down to just the Leeds curse myself. But those last few weeks, like, I guess what I'm trying to get at is, was there something you guys weren't getting right, or was it just the football gods, like you said there, Connor? Sometimes it don't go your way sometimes.
Obviously you could look into details and tactics and maybe what went wrong in certain moments of games and stuff. But yeah, it's football. I think if every game went the way that you wanted it, then it would be a little bit to be honest. And I think I wrote, I'm not sure whether it was this season or in the past, I lost a game, or it might have even been when I lost the playoff last time. I wrote on social media, it happens, life goes on, and you don't go out there and try and. We didn't go out there and try and lose against Blackburn and lose against QPR. We went there, we tried our absolute best. Our best wasn't good enough on the day, and football prevailed. The other team won, and that is elite sport. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and I think that was just the case. But it's been really good, I think, since this kind of the sad end to the season, to bounce back, go to Norwich, put in a really strong defensive performance, and then an electrifying attacking performance really on Thursday. And we've got one massive game on Sunday, a massive occasion, and give absolutely everything, and hopefully it's party time afterwards.
How crucial, Joe, was those back-to-back clean sheets for yourself? Obviously, it's been a tough few months for you guys, but defensively, I mean, the second game, I don't know how much you had to do with the second one, but certainly the first game, you guys, were really, really, really solid, and it looked like we'd got back to what had been the foundation of 2024 for us. How important were them for you guys?
Yeah, I think, of course, like you mentioned there, I think before the international break, we weren't really conceding. We weren't really conceding goals. So, of course, when you're, we came back, and obviously we had a little blip in conceding, leaking a few goals. But of course, it is that happens, like Connor said, that happens in football. And the back-to-back clean sheets now have come, they've come at a good time. And I think, not just, the Elan and the back line and everyone, I think it's the whole team really as a structure. I think it's going to breed confidence in the whole team, keeping the goals out and like going the other way as well. And of course, scoring 4 on Thursday night is also gonna, give more confidence as well to our attackers, because like we said, that kind of 2-3 week period where we came back the international break, we were conceding goals and we weren't really scoring a lot of goals. So I think overall to finish on that, a higher Ellen Road on Thursday night with it kind of all coming together, like DJ said, a really strong performance, I think was important for all of us. And just of course then moving on into Sunday with that behind us. Yeah,
being defensively good, I think obviously it's going to stand us in good stead going into Sunday. If this chap and his muckers can keep another clean sheet, then we'll have a chance, whether that's winning the game normal time, whether that's extra time or even penalties. If I keep a clean sheet, if he does his job, then
don't talk to me about penalties.
We're going to have a chance.
Yeah, like I don't really want to even jinx it, but like I assume you're training with this stuff, you practice with this stuff, but like penalties, are you like do players get as scared about penalties as fans do, or like are you guys just like whatever, we'll just do it, I'll step up?
You got PTSD.
You got PTSD over there.
But I mean,
I don't know if this is the conversation we need to have, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? Nah, to be fair, I seen him take one today, incredible pen today. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, like it's
obviously just a horrible thing, and in football you don't want it to come down to it.
Yeah.
It's, you can be mentally ready. It just sometimes there's one person that's got to miss, and unfortunately, for the Euro playoff final, it was me, and it's a horrible feeling. I felt fully confident going up to the pen, and I just didn't execute it the way I wanted to, the way I was trying to all week. So it's it's a difficult one, and I just kind of said it's football, and you just kind of get on with it. Ultimately, you don't want it to go down to it. Right. You want to win in normal time, but it's just that thing in football. I'm one of them people that if it's any penalties from any other team, I kind of feel nervous for that team more than I would if it was me taking a pen.
Really,
it's just not a nice thing to watch, is it? Let's hope it doesn't go down to that.
Let's hope it doesn't get there. But if it does, the redemption arc's on, innit? It's going to be right there for you, DJ.
Yeah, I think, we've obviously got a lot of penalty takers in the team, and we'd be fully confident. But we'd like to win it at normal time, to be honest.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a question about how you guys feel about the idea. I mean, we are actually in a real cup final now, so it's slightly different. But I was just doing a bit of reading this week, and we talk about Leeds United being, every fixture being a cup final, and we really saw that towards, and I certainly am going to put it down to a degree the last few months of the season. That, I mean, teams like QPR, like Coventry, like Blackburn, playing games out of their skin against Leeds United that they not necessarily would have played against other teams. And other fan bases can say that's delusion, whatever. But I was looking up this week, and there's a website, fanchance.co.uk, have put Leeds United as number one as the most sung about team in English football, in terms of like teams that sing against us. There's 117 anti-Leeds chants in English football, sung by 41 different clubs. Like the next highest is Liverpool with like 70 or something. So we're like almost double anti-Leeds chants about anyone else. And we saw it a bit with them celebrations, Leicester, Ipswich, the Leeds are falling apart, I predict a riot, all that stuff. Were you guys across that? Do you guys see that? Did you use that in the changing room just to give you a bit of extra inspiration, or is that just water off a duck's back?
To be honest, like I'm sure, everyone has seen it, but like I don't think any of us really care. Like now, right. Like so, they like the teams will go up, they've gone up, and congratulations to them. But they can do what they want, they control that, and all we can do now, we're in this situation. So and we knew that, of course, the last day of the season, when we knew we were going into playoffs, like, it was a completely shut down moment for all of us. Go back to just go back into that kind of frame of mind of saying, we got to get ready to go again. So like, of course, when you put it like that, it's it is what it is, and all we can really focus on is the support for us all season has been incredible. And I think, I don't know, like, me being here this season is the first thing I realised how together the fans were with the team. So they're togetherness throughout the whole the whole environment. So and yeah, it's been a pleasure for me to be a part of that this season, and we've had, like DJ said, some special moments this whole season, and I think that's why I think that gives us all the motivation on Sunday. I think it would be an unbelievable moment for not just the players but the fans and everyone associated with the club to just go and give everything and leave it all out there, like Connor said, and and what will be, and hopefully, in an ideal situation we want to win, and of course we're going to go out there and give everything to try and win. But like I said, we don't really care about what any other teams do. All we care about is us, and that's kind of the thing we've stuck to all season, and that's what we're going to give on Sunday.
It would make it a little bit sweeter, obviously, with the memes and little videos and the fans singing songs and whatever they do. It would make it obviously a bit sweeter, but not majorly. I think we want to win. We're going to go there and give it all, and hopefully we do that.
I think that's it, isn't it? I mean, you guys are just doing your job. You're going to get out there and do the business, and then you leave that stuff with the fans, don't you? And it'll be, if you can give them that moment, that'll be very, very special. But ultimately, you guys are just there to do the business.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Wembley then. Let's. So what does this week look like? When do you travel? What's the training regimen like? What are the plans?
When's this one? Go on, Rob. You're a good speaker, English.
Just normal, to be honest. I think obviously it's a bit longer time in between Thursday.
Yeah, to be fair, it's nice to have a full week of preparation, to be honest.
Yeah.
Full week.
Do you prefer the extra time, or would you like to go straight away and not think about it?
I think, to be honest, like, it's nice, I guess, sometimes to have a full week because, like you've seen the season, it's like one after the other, and it's like...
For me, I wish the game was like now 2 days before Sunday, so obviously you can't play on Friday night, but if it was on Friday, I think that would be a good amount of time in between each. But obviously the boys have been on a hunt for some more tickets and that, because everyone wants the people they care about, the people why they play football, to be there in case we do win, and to get to celebrate with them. So it's been a bit hectic on the old tickets, and even myself, I've been here a few months, and I've had hundreds of people messaging me asking me to need tickets. But I can't imagine what these boys and Archie, who lives around here, I bet every person is a Leeds fan, so I bet his phone's blowing up and everything. But as long as we've got the people who we care most about, the reason why we play football is to make family proud, whatever reasons that others have as well. As long as they're there, and we work this week, and I've always had in my head that, like, remember that every time you come into training, when perhaps you don't want to work that little bit harder, do that little bit extra, put that effort in. Just remember why you're here, why you come in to play football, and like I say, hopefully the build-up's good and we can train well, and hopefully win on Sunday.
Is it on your mind all the time? Like, I mean, as fans, like, I was telling my brother about it and a few people at the pub and whatever, and it's like, I watched all the highlights from the game again this morning from Norwich, and I'm trying not to think about it, but it's all consuming. Until Sunday, it's just going to be weighing on me this whole time. Are you the same, or are you able to relax and think about other stuff and do other stuff?
Relax.
I am. I was watching the golf yesterday, and that's all I could think about was golf.
I don't think. Obviously, it's a massive game, but I don't think until we get down there we're really thinking about it.
Right.
I'm not one to really think about it until just before the game.
Yeah. Obviously, I've been there before for Swansea, and Swansea fan it was a little bit different. Like, I was a lot more nervous day of the game. When I woke up, I was just sweating from the moment I woke up until kick-off, because obviously it was just even more kind of pressure, and like, I just wanted to make everyone proud, everyone I know, basically. Whereas like this week has been a little bit different because I didn't grow up a Leeds fan and stuff, but I still wanna make the people proud that they come and watch me and stuff like that. So I try and stay as calm as you can, and I think what I said earlier, it is what it is. If it's meant to be, it'll be, and if it's not, it's not. But just have to control the things you can and give your absolute all when it comes down to it.
So control the things you can. Like, what is there anything you do different for Wembley as opposed to Ellen Road to try and simulate what those kind of conditions, or is it just the same?
Yeah, I think like we don't want to. You don't want to look too much into it. You just want to prepare like we've done all year, and of course having this bit more extra time, I guess, is going to be, beneficial for everyone. So I think everyone just does their normal routines and does what's right for them, and we just all come together as a squad for the finishing touches at the end of the week, and we just get ready to go again and give everything one more time.
Do you it's funny because I really enjoy asking these questions, because it's like, this is all the stuff that as fans we all think about, and I'm always fascinated whether you guys they're actually a good man to ask it, whether you even care about any of this stuff. So like they talk about the dreaded finishing third, and the stats actually show that if you finish third, you are odds on more likely to go up through the playoffs. The stats don't lie, and yet everyone I talk to is like, we finished third, so we're not going to go up, we're not doing it. It's just how it works. Do you guys do you guys even care about that? Like, are you even bothered?
No, I don't think so. It's not really. I think obviously, we finished on 90 points. I don't think maybe one team in the last 10, 20 years has finished on 90 points and not gone up. So we obviously finished the season so strong, and it's a full credit to Ipswich and Leicester, who got better points than us. But the things like that, we don't. It's a cup at the end of the day. The playoff is a cup game. It's at Wembley. Anything can happen. It's not. We're not thinking, we're the favourites. Southampton are, a very good team. Who were Premier League last season as well, and they've got the same goal as we do. I think two very football-based teams. I think they've finished the season a lot stronger, and I think they were obviously disappointed not to get the top two as well. So it's not something that we think of, or we don't get any extra motivation from, as you said before, about teams making memes or whatever, or making chants. I think any extra motivation like that is can be a little bit too much sometimes. We just stick to what we can, and
that's good actually.
And what we know.
Yeah, there's no guarantees in football, is it?
Are we allowed to swear on that?
No. Yeah, go for it.
I was allowed to swear last time.
No, you ain't.
Yeah.
Like I say, there's no guarantees in football, so the stats say that third team is more likely to go up, but you have to go out there and earn it.
It comes down to the day, doesn't it?
Bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, Southampton has sort of had our number a bit this season. I mean, I don't want to go into obviously tactics and what you're planning and all that business, but do you guys have an idea of sort of where those games maybe went wrong a little bit? Obviously, last game of the season, I'm not sure if that's really a fair reflection of really the two sides, but obviously down at St Mary's, it didn't go really to plan. Are you guys prepared differently for this game?
To answer it? Do you want me to answer it?
Why is everyone looking at me?
You can completely avoid that question if you want.
I think the first game, I think maybe a little bit too passive, and obviously we were 3-0 down at half time. I thought we played very well second half, ended 3-1, but 3 goals was just that little bit too much. And the last game of the season was a strange one, because we kind of had to win that game and hoped that Ipswich lose, and so we went a bit. Obviously we can't reveal any tactics.
No, I wouldn't want you to. No.
But yeah, it was a team that's beat us twice. But again, it's not something that as a team we're thinking they beat us twice. We're worried because it's another game. You know, we know they're a good team, but we know ourselves that we're a great team as well, and we just want to go out and show that.
Well, obviously the other 2 playoff games went in favour of the team that hadn't beaten the other team in the regular season, so it's going to happen 3rd time in a row, of course. I don't have you for very long. I'm sure you're itching to get off and carry on with all the other exciting interviews you've got. But I've got 2 questions for you. One is for the fans. You know, they're going to be down there in their thousands, probably some of them in the Southampton end as well. You know, what role can they play on Sunday? You know, if you could ask them, obviously what do you hope from the fans on Sunday? What can they do to help you guys get over the line?
First of all, like you just said, we want them all to be safe. That's the first thing.
I don't think they can do any more than they will. That is natural to any football fan, let alone Leeds fans. So just be there for 90 minutes and
I think
will us on, really.
Yeah, I think it's hard because, you know, like we've said, everywhere we've been, like, they've been incredible. So it's like, I don't think we need to say anything, you know, about them or to them. I'm sure they're going to do exactly what they've done all season, and, you know, they've been the best by far. So yeah, all we can do is give our best to repay that and then put in a performance that they can be proud of and hopefully get over the line.
Well, you're all far too calm for me. I'm a nervous wreck over here, and you guys all seem really chill. So I'm going to put you on the spot. We're going to do it.
Are you going to be there?
I can't. I'm trying to send my brother. I can't make it. I just flew back this week. Let me tell you. Okay, so my best mate.
I got one thing. If you came there, I want you to dress up as Neville Longbottom.
Do you know what? If I came, I would. But I've got the whole costume back home. I've still got it back home. But no, listen. My mate, right? His whole life is Leeds. He's been a Leeds fan all his life. He's 37. He's been in America for 20 years, and he's watched it all on whatever bloody channel he can get. But his visa that he's got, he's not allowed to leave the United States. He has to. He can't leave. So everyone in the pub, while you were 3-0 up at half time, everyone in the pub's booking flights home, back to Wembley, whatever. And I looked at his little face, Sean, if you're listening, and he looked like he's going to be sitting in the pub on his own. And I said, I can't leave him here on his own. So I'm gonna sit in the pub and watch it with Sean.
Mind it.
You're going to stay with him, yeah?
Mind it.
Yeah. Unless immigration kick him out before then, and then we'll both come.
Yeah. Hopefully we do it now.
Yeah, I'll answer that question for you Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, all right, mate. I'll take you up on that.
This is the official Leeds United podcast.